Welcome to another episode of Listen to Us Rant About Movies. I'm Wes Ford.
And I'm Zach Harris.
If you like what you hear, you can find all of our episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and YouTube. What we like to do is we rant about movies and we drink while we do it. This is pretty much a monthly podcast now for cinephiles like us and beer enthusiasts and the like. Tonight, I am drinking something I've never seen before, but the label was just way too cool to not get.
Yeah, it's a tasty looking label.
Yeah, it's got like these little cartoon guys, kind of like Adventure Time style, crawling all over these buildings and stuff. And it's a beer by Prairie Artisan Ales. It's called a Funky Gold Simcoe, and it's a dry hopped sour ale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds funky.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I could not find any sour ales, unfortunately, so
It's all right.
I got Fun Sponge.
Nice.
Which is a beer brewed in Illinois. Actually, in the suburbs where I used to live, apparently. So that's interesting.
That's cool.
From Solemn Oath. And I got it, because I had some fun watching the film this week, It's the only one I could find that pertained. It's a fun sponge. There are not many sponges in the film, but
it's a good one. It's a good find, I think. Yeah, mine is it's at 7.5%. You get them in these 1 pint bottles, and I poured it out in this glass. It's got like a yellowish gold color. Got a nice little head on there. I'm ready to try it.
Yeah, mine's looking blonde. What do you think there? Pretty blonde, right?
Yeah, looks like a blonde. Is it an ale?
Blonde. It's a blonde.
It's a blonde ale. All
Yeah.
right.
Blonde ale. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Let's give it a little taste.
Get a little sip going. Sour?
It is sour. I know this is like a thing and a recent trend in craft beers, sour ales. And I've never actually had one, but
Oh, nice.
yeah, that's my first sour beer. It's good.
Do they brew it? Do they do like a dry Warheads stage where they like dry casket with Warhead candies?
I'm actually not sure how they do it. It just has a sour taste to it.
So the last step here when we finish the beer is we steep it in Sour Patch Kids. That's where it gets that sour flavor.
That's where you get that fermentation in there. It gets real in there with the sourness and the candy. It really makes you pucker up.
Pucker up.
How's yours taste?
It's good. Nice, smooth, light. I like it.
Nice.
But it's got some flavor. A lot of those lighter beers, just go down a little too easy.
Yeah, sure.
It's nice. I like it.
Nice. That's very
Tastes
nice.
like a sponge.
Oh. Tastes like a sponge.
Yeah, tastes like a fun sponge. I don't know.
That's a pretty accurate name, I guess.
Yeah.
So, listeners, this episode we'll be discussing all the films and shows we've been watching since our last episode. And then we'll be reviewing an in-depth review of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But first, I want to just talk about that Blade Runner 2049 trailer.
There is an order to things. That's what we do here. We keep order. The world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought a war.
You're a cop. I did your job once. I was good at it. I know.
Boy. That cinematography looks so tasty.
Yeah, those visuals They're tasty. They're tasty
Yeah.
for sure. Give me a chub. I'll say that. I'm chubbed. You know.
Yeah. It's like if the trailer was rubbed down into a lotion, I would just like rub that onto myself every day.
Using that lotion.
I'd be using that lotion. I'd be all like lathered up all the time. It looks amazing. I'm like beyond excited, dude. I'm beyond excited.
I'm really excited. I'm just I just hope it's fucking good. Like if this thing sucks, if it looks this good and this thing sucks, it's gonna be devastating. You know what I mean? Like
I know, you're right. I know. I'm
not trying to be the pooper at the party, you know.
Nope,
I'm not trying to poop on the party, but
you're being completely realistic. I shouldn't put it on a pedestal. I should just walk in there completely open-minded. But I just can't help it. Like,
dude, yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. Like the trailer's amazing.
But dude, the crew. You have Denis Villeneuve, one of my favorite directors right now.
Got that Denny.
Denny, so good. You got that Roger Deakins behind that camera.
D.
Dude, Deakins. Yeah, right. You got Ridley Scott back, who's like kind of guiding it, so it's like, he has his thumbs up on it. Harrison Ford's back. Ryan Gosling, I think he can hit it out of the park for this type of movie.
Hopefully.
I think he can.
I don't know. I'm just hoping he's not his stoic guy erupting in violence.
His typical stoic driver, a guy from Drive kind of vibe.
Like Place Beyond the Pines and
probably he'll probably be that.
I'm being the pooper, but I mean I'm gonna see it. I'm seeing that shit day one. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all in. But
and we will be 100% be reviewing that movie.
Oh yeah.
But there was one little thing I saw him in the trailer. I was just like, Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, get Jared Leto out of that.
Dude, get him out of here. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine, but it was just kind of like a.
Yeah, I just don't need him in it.
Yeah,
a lot of better actors out there. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
If anyone's a huge Jared Leto fan, and I'm not giving him a chance, but. I don't know. Fuck Jared Leto. I don't need to see him in anything.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Anyway, I was just looking up some Blade Runner stuff before we came on, and I just had to talk about that because I am excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I think it's gonna be really cool. Denny's involved, so it's like, he's a good boy.
He
hasn't done me wrong. Like I wasn't crazy about Arrival, but like it was in no way like a bad movie. You know what I mean? Like he's a good boy, sturdy man.
Yeah. Well, I love that movie. I love it.
Oh yeah, totally.
But like you said, I'm glad you don't think it's bad because.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's come out with anything that's like bad. There's nothing he's made that's bad. No.
I haven't seen his first few things, but
I haven't either. But based on things I've read,
Enemy,
they seem
Prisoners,
fine. Yeah,
Sicario.
Well,
Sicario is the shit.
Sicario is the shit, and the Prisoners is pretty good too.
Prisoners is real good.
Yeah, the only one I haven't seen is Enemy, and maybe there was like one before that, but
yeah, Enemy's all right. It's cool. It's worth a watch.
Nice. Which ones haven't you seen?
It's whatever he did before Enemy.
Oh,
I think he did a couple movies before that, or at least one.
I think at least one.
Out, dude.
Let's look it up, dude.
That's what I'm doing. A Sicario.
Sicario.
I'm gonna watch a nice Sicario. That fantastic Italian film, Sicario.
That was great. I'm going to watch a fantastic Sicario.
Is it going to be a real and nice Sicario?
That was perfect.
Yeah, he did this movie called Incendies, which I had heard about.
Oh, yeah.
And Polytechnic. And Maelstrom.
Oh, wow.
So he's got 3 other features under his belt that I have yet to see.
I haven't seen
bunch of shorts. He did a doc called Happiness Bound. So
I kind of like how he's embracing sci-fi. I approve of
Yeah.
that.
Just big sci-fi baby. Goo goo gaga, Denny.
All right. We need a sci-fi director right now, you know? It's like...
Totally.
Anyway, Blade Runner 2049 comes out in October. Super stoked.
While we're on trailers,
Yeah.
what are you thinking about Dunkirk?
That's a good one to bring up. I think it's going to be good. It's Christopher Nolan. I don't think it's going to be anything like crazy special, but I think it's going to be an
Kinda feel the same
entertaining
way.
war story with some great visual effects, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe it could, you know, completely surprise us. But I don't think it's going to be like a huge blockbuster like Inception was, you know.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. You know, I love him for his he's a film boy. Shoots that shit on IMAX, so it's gonna look amazing, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
So, so you want to talk about anything else before we get into watch lists?
Nah.
Okay. What you
Nothing
been
I can
watching?
think of.
What's first?
Let's see. Let me pull up the list here. Pick something out. I watched. Well, I guess we can talk about Raw. We both saw Raw, right?
Oh yeah, yes. We should talk about Raw. We can do that first. Yeah, so we planned on reviewing this movie, but it kind of just didn't work out with schedules. And side rant. Zach came to visit Orlando. He was here for a job, and so we met up, had some beers. It was a good time.
It was a good time.
It was a great
Had
time.
fun.
It was, yeah, we had a blast. If he had more time, we would have recorded an episode right then and there, but we only had limited time, so we drank, of course, because that's
Yeah, only enough time to get drunk. you
yeah,
know?
that's right. Exactly. Oh yeah, so we saw Raw. I saw it at Enzion, and you know what? I was a little disappointed. We won't talk about spoilers.
Yeah, it was
No spoilers, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It was totally on the train of indie horror, like festival darling movies, you know,
Yeah,
that has been going for a while, where I hear about a movie, it's buzzed, it's playing all these festivals, everyone's loving it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this thing. This is going to be the one.
right.
And then I go and see it, and it's like, nope, this isn't the one. This is just pretty okay. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone
Another
just freaked out about
overhyped.
it, but it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah, another overhyped horror indie flick. It was just all these articles about it being like the most disgusting film ever made, and like you will vomit, and they're like handing out vomit bags, and there's all this press around how disgusting it is, and it is pretty gross. I will give it that. It is. There's some disgusting parts, but it was nowhere. I was like so preparing myself for the ultimate worst.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a little let down because I was like, wasn't that bad, you know?
No. The worst part for me when I was watching it was not even the cannibal stuff. It was when she was scratching herself so much.
Yeah, that was.
When she gets the rash.
Yeah, that was actually probably the worst part.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, stop scratching. But
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it was like the steps that she takes on her path to becoming a cannibal is just like, it's too minimal. It's like
There's no
she
real
eats
motivation.
Yeah, she eats meat once. Oh my God, I ate meat. Okay, I guess I should eat raw meat the next time. Like,
She
eats
just,
raw
like-
meat. Or I guess she eats meat twice.
Yeah.
And then she eats raw meat. And then she eats a person immediately, or like a body
She
part.
eats a body part.
It's like, where's the scenes of her like going out by herself and like eating, like scared that someone's gonna see, or like,
Right.
I thought she was gonna be like hoarding meat in her room or something like that. It's like none of that happens. She
Yeah.
eats meat twice, she eats raw meat once, and then she eats a part of a human, and it's just like,
I think
I don't
she's
know.
into this now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the argument can be made that something revealed later on in the movie
Right.
puts that into context for her motivation. But, like, that doesn't work for me because that's all I was thinking about the whole time I was watching it. You know what I mean?
It
like,
felt,
you're jumping to this pretty quick.
Yeah, the ending felt like a cop-out a little bit. You know, it's kind of like...
Yeah,
you know, okay, that, you know, that's the reason, but I don't know. It didn't justify the rest of the movie for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Can we just... Spoilers for, like, 1 minute. 2 minutes.
Be warned. Little spoiler. Skip ahead.
For me, and I guess it's not even that big of a spoiler, because it's a big chunk of the movie. But for me, I just, like, did not need the storyline with the sister. Just, like, did not need it in the movie.
Right.
I feel like it was... I guess that it's, like, the whole point of the movie. But to me, it wasn't, like... It's not like there was anything, like, thematically gained about, like, being a sibling that much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, why is it this, like, weird, like, dual cannibal journey when I just felt like it should be about her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was this, like, weird, like, power play between sisters, but it wasn't really commenting on anything or, like, saying anything about being sisters. I don't know.
The only thing it was kind of doing was just relating that spoiler, again, heavy spoiler, I'm just going to spoil the ending, is it's just like it's in their family. So they both do it.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
that's kind of like the only connection there. Other than that, it's like, okay, but she's not a necessary character. You know?
Yeah, she does nothing except for, like, make the girl be more of a cannibal. But she already leapt to that pretty quickly. So I just didn't get why she needed to be in the movie. It just felt like I didn't... Like, her character, I didn't get into her character as much because they spent time developing both. And it's like I would have rathered it just, like, focus more on her and, like, what's going on with her. Like, I want the scene of her, like, hoarding, like, raw chicken in her room, you know? Like, you want to gross people out? Have her eating, like, rotten meat in her room because she, like, can't stop eating. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It just felt like a bunch of missed opportunities.
Yeah.
To then, like, pull out a big reveal at the end that just kind of fell flat.
Yeah, agreed. Completely. Yep.
And also, every gross scene is in the trailer.
Yeah, because that's all the gross stuff.
Yeah, except for the thing with the leg at the end.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know.
The part with her waking up next to her roommate being eaten.
Yeah, with the leg.
Okay, that's the leg.
Yeah. Because she eats the leg or whatever.
Right,
that's
right.
what I meant.
It just doesn't make any sense, really. It's like, okay, it's hereditary. Okay. So this is the first time she's ever been tempted to do this.
Yeah.
Because she was forced to eat a disgusting raw chicken liver. She suddenly just started to eat meat.
Yeah, and like...
But it wasn't even like a secretive thing, like you were saying. Like, it wasn't even like... She just, like, started doing it. Like, it was normal.
Yeah. It's like she goes out with her friend once and they get the, like... This is like shawarma or something, and it's like, ooh, this is really good. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, then it's like, ooh, like, I guess I'll eat this raw chicken. It's like, or just, I don't know, like, go somewhere to cook it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
You already ate it with your roommate. What is he going to be like? Stop eating my chicken. I don't know. It just felt really weird, and like the motivations were off, and that it was just like ideas for scenes that just like happened. I don't know.
Yeah. There's actually raw fish, I think, in the fridge.
Oh, was it fish?
Yeah, it was fish.
Oh, it was chicken.
Well, if she ate raw chicken, she'd probably get sick and die.
It's true. Well, she did. She got sick, right? Was that before or after? I thought she got the rash after she ate the chicken. It's been a while now.
What was the rash caused by the meat, or was it? I think they was like trying to say it was like it was a transformative experience to where the meat made her transform, and like the shedding of the skin was sort of like a metaphor for her becoming a cannibal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And just like, and more excuse to have gross stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the shot where the girl licks that guy's eyeball. That was cool.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
But it also makes absolutely no sense. Because
no
it's a
sense.
Complete red herring to make you think that, like, everyone's like this at this school. It's like, oh, no, that's just, like, a girl who likes licking eyeballs, I guess.
Yeah. It's
like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so it was kind of a letdown. Anyway.
What you got?
I watched for the first time since I was a kid, I watched Escape from New York.
Ooh, nice, bud. How was that?
Yeah. It was great. I actually remembered a lot less than I thought. And so it felt like I was watching it almost for the first time for most of it.
Nice.
And it's good, dude. It's a great movie. It's a good John
That
Carpenter
movie is badass, dude. It
Yeah.
is so good.
It's so good. I haven't seen Escape from L.A. So
You gotta see Escape from L.A.
Gotta watch that next, you know?
Fuck the haters, man. Escape from L.A. rules.
Do you like it? Because I know it gets a
Yeah,
lot of
I
hate.
really like Escape from L.A. It's awesome. I mean, it's super stupid and goofy, but like it
Right.
knows what it is and it's having fun with it, you know?
Escape from New York is actually pretty impressive for the time.
Oh, yeah. It's
A lot of the stuff
legit.
they were able to do. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Kurt Russell, so awesome.
Oh, yeah. Love that character.
Yeah. Anyway, it was great. There's not much more to say, but yeah, it's a great film. And
number 1, Duke of New York.
yeah, exactly. I gotta watch Escape from L.A. and I want to like get on a John Carpenter kick, man. I gotta knock out these other films I haven't seen, like Ghost of
Dude.
Mars, man.
I don't know if that should be at the top. Save that one for last.
Right. No,
when
I
you're
know.
really deep in it and you're just craving more Carpenter, because if you watch that now, the
Yeah.
Carpenter kick's over, bud.
Yeah,
You know?
I gotcha. But yeah, there's a lot I haven't seen. So
Have you seen Prince of Darkness?
no.
Ooh, gotta check out Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
It's one of my faves.
I've only seen like the real iconic ones, like
Mhm.
The Thing, They Live,
Halloween.
Halloween, of course. Yeah,
Fog.
The Fog. I've seen. Escape from New York.
Assault on Precinct 13.
No.
Ooh, also really gotta check out Assault on Precinct 13. It's awesome.
Big Trouble in Little China. I've seen.
Of course.
Yeah. And the classic, very very classic, The Ward.
Yeah. Oh my god. Sometimes I just lay awake at night and think about how good The Ward is.
Yeah. Classic.
Just what a return to form, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's back, you know. I saw that and I was just realized he's back.
Quick, while we're on the cart, boy, quick side note. You see this Thing board game that's coming out?
I did, man. I did. And sounds awesome.
I'm gonna play that game.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
There's a Keith David game piece. That's enough for me.
Hell yeah. Dude, The Thing is one of my favorite movies, I'd say.
Yeah, it's
you hear me?
incredible.
Yeah. The Thing is just, it's so good. I grew up on that movie. It's amazing.
It's the best. It's his best movie for sure.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So what do you got?
What do I got? Oh, I went and saw Free Fire.
Yeah, tell me about that.
New Ben Wheatley. I was watching it, and I actually saw it right after Raw. Pulled a little double feature.
Nice.
At 2 different theaters, which I hadn't done before. Double feature where you leave one theater and just drive to the other one and then immediately go in. But yeah, it was worth seeing for sure. But
Okay.
not amazing. I feel like, at least with his more recent stuff, I'm a big fan of Sightseers. I really like Sightseers a lot.
Okay.
But Ben Wheatley's movies since then, I kind of have a similar feeling where the first 45 minutes or hour or so, I'm just like fucking loving this thing. I'm just like, oh man, this movie is so good. Ben Wheatley's the shit.
Right.
He's a champ. Like, he makes really good movies. And then right around when that like 2/3 mark starts, it just gets weird and not good weird. It's just almost like, so I don't know if this is something that like he likes to do, to just
Right.
like make that last third like confusing,
Right.
but I feel like it always happens. like A Field in England, or always with 3 movies, but like A Field in England, High Rise, and this, I felt very similar, where I was loving it, and then it gets to a point where it just kind of goes off the rails, and it's just like, and with this, with High Rise, it was kind of more of like a thing, and I still like that movie,
Right.
but it's just more of a thing of like what's going on right now, like what's actually happening, where I think you can play that a little more, whereas in Free Fire, it was just like, where is everyone? Like they're in one space the whole movie.
Right.
So like, how I've been watching this one space for 45 minutes. How do I not know where everyone is? How do I not know like what the space actually looks like? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like they reveal like a phone or something like partway through, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't even notice that room or like that staircase. You know what I mean?
I've heard
It's
that's
just
kind of
like,
one of the biggest problems. There's like no establishing shots, and you have no sense of space. Of where they are, or what. Like, just show me a wide shot so I can get a sense of what the building is, right?
yeah, it's like if literally they showed one wide shot, or it's like, or like cut wide and like zoom in on someone when you're like switching. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's just like, it's just medium shots and shots of like guns like coming over like barriers, and I don't know, it was kind of a bummer because I was really liking it a lot for a while, and then it kind of just becomes like a bunch of medium shots of people firing, and then like people are crawling around, but it's all shot facing down, and I don't know where they're crawling to, and it just got really confusing and not in a good way. And then the end was kind of like, it's kind of limp, you know, kind of wet fart ending.
It's disappointing. It's like it sounds like it's on the cusp of being like great, but just needed better direction. Really, that's directing of the where the camera should be, and then maybe the script at the end.
It was a cusper. It was a cusper for sure.
Yeah. But he has cusps. That's what he's got, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot of cusps.
That's what Ben Wheatley has. He's got the cusp.
It's just, maybe he likes the cusp. Maybe he's just chilling up there on the cusp, loving it.
Maybe he just likes to dance right on the cusp, you know?
Yeah.
That's where he lays, you know?
Have you seen Sightseers?
No, I don't think I've seen any of his movies, although I know a lot about them. I'm going to look him up again.
I would check out Sightseers. Sightseers is really good. Or at least I remember it being really good. I saw it kind of when it came out.
Yeah, I've had like I've had High Rise on my like, watch list forever, and I just I've heard it's just so many opinions that it's just okay, or some people hate it, some people think it's terrible, so I'm just like there's so many other things I could watch. Kill List is supposed to be good though, right?
Kill List is good. It's a really good watch, but I don't know how often I'll be able to rewatch it. Like, I don't know if I need to see it again. Part of the ending is amazing, and part of it I'm not so crazy about. And I think a lot of the movie hinges on the ending.
Right.
But definitely worth a watch.
And you like Sightseers?
Yeah, Sightseers is my personal favorite of what I've seen.
Okay.
Of his.
I'll check it out. I'll try watching some of these.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wanted to see Free Fire. Just didn't get a chance to catch it.
Yeah.
So
the performances are really good in it, though. Like, everyone's good in the movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Sharlto Copley's outrageous.
It's a good cast.
Yeah, great cast. It's just a bummer, like, on top of it being confusing, when a movie like this starts and you go, I wonder how this is going to end. And it's like, oh, probably like this. And then it goes, yep. You know what I mean? Like, it ends, it's like, oh, yeah, what I thought when I walked in the theater, that's how it ended. You know? Like, kind of a bummer. Right. Not that I need it to be some crazy twist or reveal or something, but, like, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe something that isn't, like, the first thing you would think of.
Right. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I watched The Lost City of Z.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. You're not able to catch it?
No.
Overall, I liked it. it's not like there's something just like near the end, you know, after the movie ends, you're kind of like, that was okay, you know. Although I was loving the ride though, you know, I was loving the journey. I just think it was a little too long. I know it was based off a book, and it seemed pretty. It stuck with a lot of the plot points of the book, where he goes back and forth from. Is he from England? I think he's somewhere in Europe, and he goes back and forth to the Amazon to try and find this lost city, this legendary lost city, and it felt like one times too many where he like went back and forth. You know?
Yeah.
It was like, even if it was like each time was a little shorter, it would have felt better. But it was like he's going back a whole other like another 40 minutes to go through this one. You know what I mean? It was just,
yeah, for sure.
They should have cut it down a little bit more.
Trim that fat, you know?
Trim the fat. But I mean, it was really well done. I really have no complaints. I was really impressed by Charlie Hunnam, who plays the lead.
He's good?
He was good. He was really good.
Nice.
I was kind of like, it was lackluster on him until this movie, and I think he did a great job. Robert Pattinson is unrecognizable.
Yeah. I saw the trailer when I saw Guardians, and I was like, that Robert Pattinson?
Yeah,
like,
he's in it.
What?
He does
That's
a good
crazy.
job, but I don't think the script does a good job of setting up who he really is. You get this introduction, kind of a dramatic introduction, but you don't get a sense of like all of a sudden he just like joins the team. You know what I mean? It just feels like, oh, he's joined up with the team because the script says so. You know, it didn't feel organic at all. Why they would be paired up, and they become lifelong friends, and it just never feels like a genuine connection to me. So that was like one of my biggest complaints. But yeah, other than that, pretty good. Definitely worth checking out. It is long, but if you feel like sitting down watching like a classic travel through the Amazon type film, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious about it, especially after seeing that trailer again. I was like, ooh, I'd watch this. This looks good.
Yeah, I think it kind of deserves a little more press than it's getting. I don't think anyone really even knows or has ever even heard of it. But yeah, I definitely say check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Biz.
Yo.
Let's see. What do I want to talk about? Man, I've watched a lot. When was our last show?
It was a month ago. Yeah, almost exactly.
Oh, yeah. Ghost in the Shell 2017. There we go. Yeah, got quite a few on here. I watched Elle, the Paul Verhoeven movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. How is it?
Man, it is weird.
Is it?
It is real weird. I liked it, but it is just a real strange movie. Because I guess it is more like in tune just with maybe the way people would actually react to situations like this. Like it basically movie starts like mid-rape scene. And
really?
It's her trying to figure out who her rapist is and deal with that, and she like works at this like video game company, and also there's this whole storyline with her past with her father and stuff, who's a famous person that I don't know. I didn't know who he was or what was going on with that going in, so it's kind of interesting thing to see.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like real strange and real uncomfortable, like real uncomfortable feeling. And it's good because it seemingly achieved what it was trying to do.
Right.
While I'm watching it, I can definitely see how it's polarizing for sure. But hearing what they had to say about it, I see where it's coming from. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
It's like hard to even talk about because I don't want to ruin anything because I didn't know anything about it going in.
So maybe that's the best then. Yeah.
It dealt with rape is basically all I knew. So
yeah.
I really liked not knowing much.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say too much, but like, it's really interesting.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing in movies. You know, I'd rather a movie be interesting than like, you know, I don't know.
Than not interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta check it out. It's definitely been on the list for sure.
It's worth a watch. Isabella Huppert is amazing in it. She's real good in that thing.
Did she win some awards?
She was up. I don't know. I think she won something for it. I know she was up for the Oscar or whatever for it. But
Right.
I think she won something.
Nice.
But yeah, check
All
it
right.
out. Oh, Pauly V, back at it.
I finally watched Split.
Oh yeah, how was Split?
Yeah, Split. You haven't seen it?
I have not seen it,
Okay.
but I know the.
Do you know?
I know what's going on with it.
Do you know the spoiler? Okay.
I was like ready to not see it, and I was like, I don't care. And then Sean told me, and I was like,
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe I would have seen it now. But anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spoil it. Because since you know, I want to talk about it. So listeners, seriously, you should not be spoiled by Split. I would prefer that you not. But if you are a fan of M. Night Shyamalan and any of his previous films, like his older films, I would suggest watching Split. Okay? I really would suggest watching Split. All right. So skip ahead. I'll have timings for all these skips here too. All right, so Split. I didn't know the spoiler. Actually, I did hear something how it was related to one of his older films. Because before I saw this, there's already articles being posted like about that last scene. You know what I mean? Like it's unavoidable on Facebook and shit. But I wasn't fully sure, but I knew it connected to one of his older movies just because that was shoved in my face. But I watched Split, and overall, I think the movie's pretty decent. I think if it wasn't for M. Night Shyamalan, I'd be like, about it, you know? I'd be like, oh, it's okay. But I think it's because it's M. Night Shyamalan, I like it a little bit more. Because it almost makes me excited for him coming back, possibly, you know, having a revival here. And future films. Future films. So the big spoiler is, at the end, you find out that this movie exists in the same universe as Unbreakable. His film that he made after The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. It's basically a superhero type movie. This was a superhero movie before superhero movies were a thing. You know, this was before comic book movies were every month. They were kind of the comic book movie. So it was very unique. And to go back and watch Unbreakable, which I did after I watched Split, I watched Unbreakable. Yeah. And it wasn't as good as I remembered it being, but maybe because comic book movies are so relevant now. Yeah. However, it's still a good film, and I thought Split, living in that universe, made me like it more, especially when I heard the news almost right after I watched both of these movies that there's going to be a sequel to Split, and it's a sequel to Unbreakable as well. Yeah. And it's going to combine the cast.
Sam Jackson, right?
Yep. It's going to be called Glass. Because Samuel L. Jackson's character was Mr. Glass. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a M. Night Shyamalan comic book superhero universe, which sounds kind of cool. Sounds kind of cool as a film guy. That sounds awesome. But about Split itself, I thought James McAvoy did a great job. You know, he did a great job. Yeah, definitely doing all these personalities. He was really committed to the role, you could tell. And Anya Taylor-Joy, she was great too. She's definitely going places. You could see that in The Witch, you know.
It's the same girl from The Witch.
Same girl as The Witch, yeah.
Nice, yeah, she's great in The Witch.
She's going to be in Glass as well.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was good. I like I said, I don't think it's like amazing or anything. I gave it I think 3 stars, but definitely worth watching. Good, kind of it's a thriller, more of a thriller than a horror movie. And some cool effective twists thrown in there, which were interesting. So
Nice.
check it out. Like I said, if you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan's older films, definitely check out Split.
Yeah, I'm curious to watch it. I'm not really a McAvoy boy, so I think that's what held me off at first.
I think you should give him a shot.
I'm willing. I think I will. What else I got here?
I'm gonna do one more after you.
All right. I watched a Robert Altman movie called That Cold Day in the Park. Watched it last night, little Guardians double bill, you know. It's a really funny movie. Like, finished it and then went and saw Guardians, and I was like, wow, it's completely different. Like, couldn't be more different. But yeah, it's basically about this woman who she's like having people over or having a dinner party, and like sees this boy sitting outside on this bench in the rain. And throughout the whole time that people are there, she's talking to them, and she keeps noticing this boy. So then everyone leaves. I guess the boy, he's like older. He's not like a small child, you know. But
Yeah.
he's a young buck. And she goes outside and basically tells him that he can come in and she'll warm his clothes, and, you know, he can get out of the rain for a little while, at least until it lets up. So the guy goes in and she warms the clothes, and he pretends to fall asleep. So then she makes a bed for him, and she's like, okay, you can stay. And then she makes him breakfast, and then she goes out, and then she buys him clothes. And it just kind of like starts to like snowball.
Right.
And it's just about this woman who's like really lonely, and this boy who is seemingly mute, and basically just like the insane tension in every scene when they're talking.
Yeah.
And I didn't love every aspect of the ending, but there are some scenes that are extremely effective in it. Like, I don't think it fully came together to make something that's like, man, that's one of Allman's best. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like, I never heard of it, and
Yeah, I've never either.
just figured I'd give it a watch, because I always am thinking like I haven't seen enough of Robert Altman's work. Like, I should check out more of his stuff. So I gave it a watch, and definitely glad I watched it. It was a really easy watch, went down smooth, but
Real smooth.
yeah, I would just say there's certain things about the ending that I wasn't crazy about, but the actual ending itself is great, and there's definitely some things it had me guessing, and not like a thing where it was like there's a big twist, you know what I mean? But I was just like, where's this movie going? This is so strange. Like, it's just such a strange movie, and it's constantly building, and it uses silence really effectively, and it's real good. Apparently it was his first thing that he like made exactly the way he wanted to make it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I guess he had done some more like for hire work for features before that. But I think it was pre-MASH.
Yeah, it was 1969.
Yeah. But yeah, it's worth a watch. It was really interesting. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorites that I've seen of his, but it was most certainly worth watching, for sure.
Nice.
I really enjoyed the watch. It was good.
Robert Altman, that's a good director to kind of tackle.
Yeah, he's got such a big filmography.
He does.
So many that like I've heard are incredible that I haven't seen, you know?
Yeah.
Like Dr. T and the Women, you know? Gotta check it out.
Gotta check it out.
Love me some Richard Gere, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Richard Gere's my favorite actor, dude.
Dude, he's my favorite.
But yeah, it was good. Have you seen Long Goodbye?
I don't think so. No.
You should check out Long Goodbye. It's really good. It's a good film. I was just looking at his IMDb now because I'm like, man, I need to watch more Robert Altman. But yeah, it seems like for every one, there's like 2 afterward that I'm like, well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do though?
It's a good amount of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, it's a working boy.
So my last one, I watched Michael Moore's Where to Invade Next.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was decent. I wouldn't say it was like one of his best documentaries or anything. You know, Michael Moore, he's a little stilted, you know.
Yeah.
We kind of know that, but it was an interesting documentary because basically what he did was it's about him going to other countries, mostly in Europe, where they have benefits or basically aspects of their way of life that us Americans do not have, that are completely different than Americans have. And his idea is to quote unquote invade the country and steal these ideas to bring back to America to make it better. Yeah. And basically it just made me be really angry about our current state of our country. It made me pretty pissed off about simple things like how fucked our healthcare system is, and how completely disgusting and unhealthy we are, and fucking capitalism and all that stuff. I could spiral into an anti-corporate spiel, but no, it was just an interesting thing to watch about how different these other countries are, and how they have no idea how our way of life is so different than theirs. Things like school lunches, how schools in France get like extremely healthy meals, but they're like 5-course meals, like, and they get these perfectly nice, you know, like they start with a little appetizer and the kids learn about food. They use it as a class about food, and that's also their lunch. Yeah. And how you look at American average free school lunches, they're free in France. And they're like gourmet meals, and then here they're, you know, not even food, man. It's like,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
it's bad. It's really bad. So just things like that, and how, you know, in Italy you are required to have at least, I think there's like 3 or 4 weeks of vacation, paid vacation, by law. And they did the statistics. They're like, okay, well, how do they get any work done? You know, how do they get anything done if they're getting all this free time and not, you know, making product or anything like else? Well, they get back to work, and their self-esteem and their morale is so high that they do more work, and they're actually better, and they're not overworked, and they actually produce the same amount of results as Americans, who are just completely worked, run down, and have no paid vacations or paid maternity leave and all this other stuff. So anyway, it's just an interesting look at other societies, and how
totally
America, it makes you look back and you're like, wow, we have a lot of issues. So
yeah, man,
if that sounds interesting to you, check it out. Yeah. What were you saying though? Sorry.
I was just gonna say quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few issues.
Quite a few. So yeah. Worth watching for show.
Nice.
You got anything else?
Let me see. I did a lot of rewatches.
Maybe one more. We're running up on an hour.
Yeah. Oh, I watched, this is a real quick one. I watched Why Him on a Plane is a piece of shit.
It's a terrible title.
Yeah. It's the worst title. Like, I don't understand.
Why Him on a Plane?
No, just why him? I watched it on a plane.
Oh, on a plane. Okay. I was gonna say that.
I watched it leaving Orlando.
Oh, why him? Yeah. Okay. Now I know that movie, the James Franco film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why him? It's a terrible title.
It is a shit title.
I bet the movie was shit too.
Yeah, it starts off and I was like, okay, this is kind of funny, whatever. Playing on a plane, what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? I chose it. Sean was watching it. We watched it together. But anyway, I don't know. It's just like every comedy now has to have these like certain things that they hit. It's like, okay, you got to have a scene where like people who don't drink get drunk and like party and it's in slow motion and people grind. And then you gotta have a pop culture icon that you bring back from obscurity who's kind of like outdated and people think are goofy, but they're actually good. You gotta bring them back. You gotta have them in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like these certain things that like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
very predictable, I'm sure. Can you hear me? No.
Oh. There we go.
Okay.
Don't know what happened there.
I said it was. It's probably pretty predictable.
Very predictable.
Yeah.
James Franco has some funny lines. Like he's funny.
Is he really?
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Otherwise, it's total movie to watch on a plane. There are all these other movies, and it's like, ooh, I want to see this, and it's like, I can't watch that on a plane. Like, Certain Women was on there. And I was like, ooh, I've been really wanting to see this. I'm like, I can't watch Certain Women on a plane. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. That's
like
hilarious.
A disservice to certain women.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Well, let's get into our review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, starting right now.
The fate of the universe lies on your shoulders. Now, whatever you do, don't push this button. Because that will set off the bomb immediately, and we'll all be dead. Now, repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone. Try again.
I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I'm Groot.
No! Showtime, a-holes! Screw you, spaceship! Tape out there. I want to put some tape over the death button.
Nobody has any tape.
Not a single person has tape.
You have an atomic bomb in your bag. If anybody's gonna have tape, it's you.
I have to do everything.
You are wasting a lot of time.
That's a really bad sign.
So that was from the trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yeah, so description from IMDb. Set to the backdrop of awesome mixtape number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 continues the team's adventures as they unravel the mystery of Peter Quill's true parentage. This is, of course, the follow-up to Guardians of the Galaxy, the first film in 2014. And it's directed by James Gunn. It stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Dave Bautista, among many others.
B. Coops V. Den.
Oh, yeah. B. Coops V. Den. In the V. Den.
M. Rook,
Yeah, M. Rook.
K. Russ.
Yes.
K. Russ is real good.
K. Russ.
Go by that for now on.
From now on. So yeah, what'd you think, Zach?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I had fun. And that's the main reason why I think these movies work well.
Yeah.
And why they're so successful is because they're just like meant to be fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they're not taking themselves too seriously. Even though there are some cool ideas, it's like it's not dumbing it down, but it's not taking itself too seriously.
Right.
It's just having fun, and it was.
Yeah. I would agree. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it as well. I will say that I have just a couple minor quips with it.
Oh yeah, I got some quips for sure.
We'll get into it. Mainly, I don't think it. I think the first one was. I liked it more.
First one's better for sure.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that this one is bad. I think that this one comes with a lot of expectations, right? Because you had the first movie where people didn't even know what this movie was going to be. They're like, how is this even going to work? It ended up being amazing. It was hilarious. It had heart. It had action and great music. And this one is like, we have to follow up that with more of the kind of the same, but also do something different. So I think it succeeded. It just, it's hard to beat that initial creativity and originality, because now it's no longer an original movie.
Yeah.
But that being said, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I laughed my ass off quite a bit, and it looked great. I think
it looks real nice.
Yeah, the CG looked great. The music was good too, and Drax kind of stole the show. I think he had a lot of.
Same here. I'd agree. I feel like I felt the same way in the first movie too.
Yeah.
That I felt like just he's clearly the funniest part about the movie. Like he's just really good. The writing for the character is great. You know?
Even more so for this one. Like he had just
Definitely.
like some of the best lines and all of it. Yeah, and I what I do really like about it too is it really tried, while not taking itself too seriously, it did its best to progress the characters. Like it developed them, and each scene almost seemed like every single scene back to back felt like it was developing developing the characters more and more.
Yeah,
and I liked that.
Totally.
It brought we learned about each of the characters more, which was awesome.
Except for Groot.
Yeah, except for Groot, really.
Got a lot of screen time though.
Yeah, he did.
Which
Baby
I guess
Groot.
ties in, to what I was gonna say before. That like what you were saying about like the expectations of making the second one,
Yeah.
and just how a lot comes with that. And I'd say my biggest problem with the movie is that attempt shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can tell that they're really trying to give you Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's like, we got to have everything everyone loved in there. We got to have the killer songs. We got to have Groot. Everyone loves Groot. Let's make him a fucking baby. Everyone's going to love that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it works. But like part of me,
it's a little
like
forced.
cynically like fighting it when there's like a cute little like tree guy dancing in the opening credits, and I'm just like, fuck, man, like really? But like also like this isn't bad, but
also it's really adorable, and I can't hate him.
It's like it's working on me, but also like fuck you guys, but also it's working. You know what I mean? Like it works, but the attempt is transparent. You know what I mean? Like like it's way more packed with music than the first one, or at least I thought so. Maybe not. Maybe it isn't, but like I felt the music way more in it.
Yeah,
I felt like it also was. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna build up on what you're saying. I was gonna say that I completely agree. That was my biggest annoyance with the film, was like the music felt like it was like trying to be that music in the first film.
Yeah,
like it was all the music fit. It fit better than like Suicide Squad, I think, or like some recent movies or any Zack Snyder film. They feel like forced popular songs. This one was like, they were good songs, classic songs that like felt with the mood of the piece. But it was almost a little too much. It was like kind of back to back, and they even reused one of the songs again. And I was like, come on. But also the whole part, and this is not a spoiler, it's in the very beginning, but they like plug in the speakers and like, Peter Quill's got to play his music, and it's like, come on, I get it, we get it.
Yeah, totally.
So
like they were addressing it to a point, where I thought in that scene that Rocket had developed some sort of alternate gadgetry that was actually going to get them out of this circumstance.
Right.
Because he's, like, winking. He's like, yeah, come on. Like, okay, these speakers actually are going to serve some purpose. Like the Beast is going to be susceptible to certain frequent... You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was actually going to play in, and it was just, like, an excuse to have a long shot of Baby Groot being cute.
Yeah. Right. And it was cute, damn it, but...
Oh, it was cute, yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's like...
And it also bugs me that I heard all this stuff before the movie. It's like, how did they pull off that one take? Guardians opens with an amazing one take. It's like,
right.
Oh, how'd they pull it off? CG.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they pulled it off. Mocap suits and CG and a ton of stitching. Like, it's not really a one-take.
It's not actually a one-take shot at all.
Yeah, it's probably comprised of, like, 30 different shots and hours and hours of weeks of an army of people's time. You know what I mean? Like
hours and hours and hours.
Granted, I'm not saying, like, it's, like, bullshit, but, like, it's good. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another thing, too, is I almost felt like the team should have been together more. They were, like, split up a lot throughout the film. It's like we finally got them together at the end of the first one. I want to, like... You have the one scene in the beginning where they're all together, but I want to see them, like, kicking ass together, like, for more of the movie, you know?
I didn't really understand why they left Rocket behind at that one point. They're like, we got the prisoner... Baby Groot and Rocket, they're just, like, chilling behind. Rocket's gonna fix the ship. When, like, 1 minute previous, they're like, where's the back half of the ship? They're like, oh, it fell off back there. It's like, what, Rocket's gonna carry the half of the ship to the other half? Like, it seemed, like, so beyond repair. And granted, he has that, like, gun that he's just, like, pointing and he's, you know, it's just, like, doing all the work.
Right.
But it still felt kind of weird. It's like, oh, you guys are really gonna salvage this?
Well,
like...
I guess you had the scene where they're like, basically they're telling him, you're an asshole and no one likes you right now, and so you're staying behind. So I think that's kind of like why he was left.
It seemed...
You know, but it was also an excuse to split him up so he could have his own side plot, you know.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But again, even though they were split up and doing their own things, it still developed the characters. Each of them were developed,
Definitely.
and I liked that.
Because it's something that's too seldom done in movies. And also too seldom done, like, throughout the movie. I feel like a lot of movies that I've seen, and I'm not going to be able to pull out, like, this movie. But I feel like people are like, well, we got to develop the characters. All right, give them 3 scenes in the first 20 minutes where they talk about their past. And then, like, about how... excuse me. About how this current situation is going to affect them, and then the movie takes off. You know what I mean? Like, there's not, like, a lot of, like, going back over things. It's a lot of, like, oh, get this out of the way so we can start the story, but not really, like, integrating that. You know what I mean?
Right. And this felt integrated. Integrating motivation and development with action pieces and, you know, actual entertainment. So, yeah. So that I give it a thumbs up for doing that. Yeah. What else can we talk about?
I've got a question back to Baby Groot.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the first film in a while. But why I get that he's a physical baby, but why does he have the mentality of a baby?
I guess he kind of like regrows because he, spoiler for the first Guardians of the Galaxy, but hopefully if you're listening to this, you've seen the first movie. He dies, right? He dies at the end of the first movie, but if you have a part of him, he can keep growing and keep living. Yeah. So that twig is like replanted, and then it becomes Baby Groot, and so he's like growing again as another like seedling, I guess. So I guess that restarted his he's still Groot. He's still like dumb and frustrating. But he's just like cuter and like a baby.
Yeah, I suppose it makes sense. I guess I was expecting him to be less of a baby, and to be like in a baby's body. You know what I mean? So,
right. Well, he was still able to like do things like
he was.
You know,
they played him up as a baby though. Like he like fell asleep being patted on the back on someone's shoulder.
Right. They're just like, we have to make him insanely adorable.
And it's like, it's funny when they reference it too. Like, I like that they reference it because like it's a fucking easy win. It's like, let's take everyone's favorite character from the first one that everyone thought was the best, and let's just make him super cute. You know, like of course it's a fucking win.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But then,
and they're not even ashamed to admit it. Like they're using that as a selling
like when
point.
The guys,
you know?
They're like, what should we do with him? Can I stomp on him or something? He's like, no, he's far too adorable.
Should we kill him? He's far too adorable.
It's
yes.
like, it's funny.
Yeah, it's great. There's a lot of good moments like that too.
Big fan of Taserface. That was really funny.
Taserface. They just make fun of him
because that guy was outrageous. He's like so outrageous from the first time you see him. You know, it's fucking Taserface.
Do you know who that is?
Who is that?
It's the guy from The Nick.
Oh, seriously? The ambulance driver? Oh, that's amazing. I love that actor.
Yeah, that's him, dude. Yeah, he's amazing. And he's in Stranger Things.
That's great.
Yeah, I was like, he looks familiar, so I looked him up after I watched it. That's him. It's like, oh, shit, he's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. I was wondering who that was.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, he looks so familiar.
Beneath all those scars and metal teeth.
But yeah.
A familiar light was glimmering.
Exactly. All that makeup. Yes. Let's talk about, I guess, some of the characters. I liked Rocket a lot.
He's great.
I thought. Oh, by the way, Rocket looked phenomenal.
He looked really good.
Like he looked like a real fucking raccoon.
It was pretty impressive. I'd say all the effects were pretty impressive. There were a few times, not to get too much of on a side tangent, sorry, but I would say that there were a few times where they were doing like the sundown lighting with like big lens flares that it got a little like, you guys are covering some seams here. You know what I mean? Like it got a little smeary there for a sec, but the effects looked really good for the most part.
Overall, they look pretty good.
But anyway, Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket. No, I felt genuinely bad for him, like the way he was, portrayed. I thought he has some layers there, which were great. He's a good character, and I thought Zoe Saldana playing Gamora. Her character was kind of unlikable throughout the movie.
Yeah, it's very like sensible, logical character.
Yeah.
She was good though. She played it well.
No, she was great. Yeah, she did what she did her job. Chris Pratt was great, but he wasn't as much as in the spotlight as he was in the first one. Even though it's kind of about his history, his past.
He just doesn't have as much to do, basically. Like he doesn't get the good lines. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He's like moving the story forward.
I loved the interactions between, Drax of course was great, but between him and Mantis.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
That's a great little relationship.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's like, oh, you're disgusting.
Yeah, it was super funny. His character.
What do you mean? She's horrifying.
Yeah, when he like corrects her, Gamora or whatever after she's like, no, she's not.
Yeah.
What? Do you see her? Like, it's really funny.
So good.
He's written really well.
Really good.
A lot of really good jokes.
Yeah, great character. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It was I definitely enjoyed it. I'm excited to see it again. It'll be a good these movies are so rewatchable, they're just so fun. You can just pop them in, they're great.
It felt very much like like episodic in a way. which almost made me wish
Yeah.
that there were a bunch more of them. You know what I mean? I feel like the first one was like pretty like encapsulating. Like a lot happens. They go to a lot of places. They're I was gonna say globe trotting, but I guess they're like universe trotting. You know what I mean? Like planet to planet and like
Galaxy
stealing
trotting.
ships and going here and going there. And it felt like
Yeah.
this one was a lot simpler, not necessarily in the story, but just in like the structure. It's like, okay, they split up, they go do this, they go do this, they meet up.
They only have a few
Yeah.
locations or like planets,
Which is
that they're
kind of
going
nice.
to.
It kind of felt like it's like a little like Star Trek-y, like an episode of Star Trek. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Which is kind of cool.
Sure.
And it's like
sure.
I just hope
Yeah.
that if they keep that way, that there's like, which I mean, Marvel, I'm sure there will be, but there's the material to like withstand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, it's the crazy thing about these movies too. They feel so self-contained, and I almost expected more. I kind of like that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I almost I expected more of the Marvel Cinematic Universe to
I
leak
did
in
too.
there.
I was
know?
prepping myself.
I expected like something in
Especially
there.
with the
Yeah. I
friggin'
was like-
5 post-credit sequences. It's like, all right, well, one of these is going to be fucking something or other coming in, and like Anthony Mackie's going to show up as Falcon and say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like in a way, I was disappointed that I didn't see that because I expected it, but at the same time, I would kind of respect that. You know, it's like it's its own thing. But it was just kind of surprising because the next movie that they're gonna all be in is Avengers: Infinity War. They're all gonna be in that. Every single one of them.
Crazy.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. So you have Rocket. You have the whole team basically gonna be in Avengers: Infinity War, which comes out next year.
Crazy. I didn't know it was that
So-
soon.
They're all,
Wow.
pretty sure it's next
That's
year.
crazy.
So, yeah, it's super crazy. So that's gonna be
How many
nuts.
fucking people are going to be in that movie?
Dude,
It's going to be insane.
So
Is the
many.
whole movie going to be like a big boss battle and like one person comes in like, I'll fight them, and then they try to fight and they're like, nope, it's like, I'll fight them. Like, you know what I mean? Like
a minute of screen time for
Yeah.
like Ant-Man. Hey,
All
you
right.
know, it's like jumping around.
real quick, let's think about this.
Yeah.
Who's going to be in it? Captain America,
Okay.
Iron Man,
Yep. Iron Man,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
Thor,
Hulk, Thor,
Black Widow,
Black Widow.
Ant-Man, Black Panther,
Ant-Man, Black Panther,
Anthony Mackie.
yeah, Falcon, Anthony Mackie. No, just Anthony Mackie.
he plays himself in those films.
All the
Alright,
Guardians
so
of the
that's
Galaxy.
Rocket, Chris Pratt, Gamora,
Groot,
Drax,
Nebula is going to be in it.
What are we at?
I lost count after I went past 10.
We're at 20.
So we're still not at
yeah,
everyone.
it's insane. How are they gonna? Is
We're
this
still
gonna
not
be a
everyone.
6-hour-long movie? Like this is crazy.
Also, you have Captain Marvel, which is going to be Brie Larson. You have I feel like we're missing like one of the main ones. Who are we missing?
Did we say Thor?
We did say Thor. We said Hulk. Hawkeye. The newer ones: Vision, Scarlet Witch.
Jesus.
Literally everyone is going to be in this.
That's
movie.
gonna be crazy.
So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. But it's the same guys who made Civil War, same guys who made Captain America: Winter Soldier. I think they've done a good job. And we saw with Civil War that they can do a good job with a huge cast. You know, with Civil War, with that scene, that was great.
Yeah.
Didn't feel overstuffed. You know, everyone got their screen time too. You know, it was very well done.
Also, though, isn't this gonna be like the point where they like change over some of the properties? Like, is this gonna be like the last movie with like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans?
I think so. I don't know how it's going to go down, but I do know that I think either after Infinity War, and there's one more Avengers movie after that. So I think that's really the last one. But we're going to start seeing a shift where it's shifting kind of to like the next generation team.
Because Guardians is doing that too,
Captain
right?
Marvel.
After the third one?
Are they?
I don't know. I saw some article that was like, you know.
I think Guardians of Galaxy 3, and then you just stop making them.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you have the whole cast, do it. But don't, if you're going to change up the cast, don't keep making Guardians. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because then it's going to get really old, you know.
I concur.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be really crazy. We, like, live in a very interesting time where I never thought this would happen. And we're, like, in the thick of it. You know, this is not... We're on the cusp. Like, like Ben Wheatley.
Just chilling on the cusp.
Like, we're not chilling on the cusp. We're, like, we're inside of the cup, you know, of this thing. So
yeah, like, when I was a kid and I was really into comic books, never did I think that would be cool. You know what I mean? Like, never did I think, like, man, when I grow up and I'm a young adult, like, everyone's gonna realize that this is the cool thing. You know what I mean? Like never.
Yeah, like comic books are gonna be movies. Like, they've shifted that. Like, comic book form in a movie form. A cinematic universe. Like, what? And that's like a more common thing. Everyone's doing that now. It's like, I never thought cinematic universes would be a thing. Like, full on huge blockbuster Hollywood films. Millions of dollars budget making connected universe films. Like, that's nuts. And they're working together to make them all streamlined and everything makes sense. And it's a timeline. As they come out is the real world time that it's happening in the movies. It's like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's crazy. Did not expect it.
Yeah. But before we get into spoilers, a couple more things that are coming up is we've got Thor. Well, first we've got Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think it'll be good. It's in Marvel's hands now, so. And I do like Spider-Man. If I feel a little like exhausted from Spider-Man, I know other people have to. So I don't know how well it's gonna do in the theaters. Also, November, I'm very excited for Thor Ragnarok. I think
trailer was cool.
Be good.
It's fun. I like Taika Waititi.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you know he's good. Like, Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, it was a fun movie.
I think it's just not going to take itself seriously. I think it's going to follow the Guardians example. I think it's going to follow along those lines. Even kind of has some of the similar style in there. I think it will it's taking place too in the galaxy itself. Yeah. So it's kind of blending in with Guardians, and I think it's kind of cool. And a little bit, me as a comic book kind of geek, I love Planet Hulk. So you're getting that plot line thrown in there. It's always a good thing that people have wanted to see. Hulk as a gladiator. But yeah, I think it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good.
Nice.
And then I think the next ones that next year we're going to have even more Marvel films. Next year we have Black Panther. We have Avengers, Infinity War. I think there's like 2 others I'm not thinking of right now.
Don't they usually do 2 a year? Or are they up in their stakes?
They're up in them. Fuck. We have 3 this year.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Let's look it up. Let's just look it up real quick. This is important. You know?
Definitely.
Oh, I'm getting the rainbow wheel here. What's going on? My internet's freezing.
Oh, no.
Might not be able to look this up. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Dude, this is crazy. So we have more than just the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have Deadpool 2, Aquaman, and stuff like that. But Marvel Universe, we've got Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Those are the three.
Nice.
And then 2019, we get Captain Marvel, an untitled Avengers film, and the second Spider-Man film.
I hope they stick with that title. Untitled Avengers film. Can you imagine that at the end of a trailer, just like with like all the CG sparks flying? Untitled Avengers film.
Untitled. Coming soon. But anyway, then it's like, okay, well, where are they going to go from there? After the last Avengers film, you have Spider-Man, and then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and then it's like it's all thrown up in the air. So it's like, I guess they'll see. Maybe if people aren't burnt out on superhero movies by then, maybe they'll just keep making characters.
Yeah, maybe.
You know? But let's get into spoilers. All right, spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 starting now.
If I touch someone, I can feel their feelings. You feel love.
Yeah, I guess, I feel a general unselfish love for just about everybody.
No, sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her.
No.
See, you just told everyone your deepest, darkest secret.
Dude, come on. I think you're overreacting a little
You
bit.
must be so embarrassed. Do me.
So, what'd you think of the Kurt Russell ego father plot?
I really liked Kurt Russell in the movie. I thought he was good.
I thought he was great. I thought he did his role pretty good.
I liked the plot. I thought it was good. My main qualm, this is like a weird nitpick, but my main qualm with the whole Kurt Russell storyline is like, why is he making all these weird like sculptures of himself younger for them to look at as he's explaining the story? I was just like, why do we need this? This is so strange. Like,
why do you like make it?
Yeah, he has a hallway displaying the timeline of his life. Like, this is bullshit.
I guess the excuse you could give is the fact that he's birthed so many children, and so he has to tell the story so many times. So he just like made a museum.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess he can
but,
make
like,
matter.
Still, it's a little strange.
He can like make whatever he wants, but like, I don't know. It's just like, how about there's just a scene where they just like talk about it? You know, like I don't need to see like the like plaster man like hug the plaster woman and then it like zoom in on her pregnant belly and then it's like then it moves on and they walk to the next one and it shows him with like a little kid and it's just like, okay, like, or they could just like say that. You know, like I don't need that.
What are they gonna do with all this money though, Zach?
Yeah. It's like, well, we had to animate something.
They gotta blow it on
exactly.
something. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird. I also thought, honestly, like, because we're in spoilers, I thought like them fighting a living planet was a little too easy. You know, like, it felt a little too easy. They're able to immediately find the core. They put this bomb there. It's so like obvious. You know, like this is, of course, this is how you defeat them. And it happens just so. I just thought it happened a little.
Yeah, I'd
too
agree
easily.
with that.
You know, it's a little convenient.
Yeah, because they just kind of like bang through the planet and then they pop out and they go, oh, right there.
Yep, there's his brain, and of course there's some funny trouble with Groot and the bomb, and then I don't know. It was just a little too convenient and a little too easy, but it was fine. You know, I accept it. I want more. I didn't understand like Sylvester Stallone though.
Yeah, I don't either. It's kind of weird.
Like, Why is he there? I think he may be there to set up the next movie.
Yeah,
because he's also a Ravager, but it's like, it was weird.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, is Sylvester Stallone like really gonna be in the third one? Like, oof. Like, I mean, I'm okay with Sylvester Stallone. I don't dislike him, but just like him in this movie felt real weird. Where he's like, "You used to be a Ravager, man. We had to turn back."
he was just Rocky.
Yeah. It pains me that I turn my back on you. I don't like it. It's just like, okay.
This is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to portray you. It's not what I wanted. Adrian. It's like,
it was a little goofy.
Get this guy out of here. Yeah. What'd you think of the David Hasselhoff cameo?
Pretty outrageous.
Pretty ridiculous.
It was, it's all in good fun, but it was.
I kind of expected it to happen.
I didn't expect it to go that far, and like the Pac-Man thing too. I didn't expect it to go that far. And
that was a little ridiculous.
Well, maybe if it wasn't there, I would like it more. It's like, whatever. It's fine. They're having fun with it. Like, it's not a big... I'm not gonna, like, poo-poo it. You know what I mean?
Again. Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, you can't really poop on this movie too much, because in the end, it's like, whatever. They're having fun,
like,
It's
James Gunn literally said, he's like, I want to make a movie that, like, kids will remember and be like, when I was a kid, I loved that movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fun. They're having fun with it.
I think that is... And that kids would love that movie. I would love that movie as a kid. I thought one part was a little like, I don't know. I felt a little uncomfortable. The scene with Mike Rooker, is that his name? Mm-hmm. Michael Rooker. His character where they're escaping and he's just like slaughtering thousands.
Yeah, it
of
was
people.
crazy.
I was like, this is a little much for a Disney
it's
movie,
crazy.
I was like, fucking brutally killing thousands of
because I mean,
hundreds
it
of
like
people.
starts and it's happening, and you're like, okay, and then it keeps going, and then rockets shooting through walls, and they're both just laughing, watching the deaths of hundreds of people.
It's just like,
it's like,
yeah, people are just like falling to their deaths with the spike going through their hearts. It's like, it felt. I don't know. It felt a little. It was just. I kind of like looked at it. I was like, whoa. I like stood it back for like a split second. I was like, this is
especially
really
since like they. I guess it makes sense, but they go out of their way to have that like one fleet that keeps chasing them not be manned by people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those are just robots. Right. So it's like, oh, you can kill all those ships. It doesn't matter. But like those other scenes, it's like, yeah, they're getting like stabbed through the heart with this weird arrow. Like,
I did like the concept of that like proud gold race.
No, it was really
of
funny,
aliens or whatever, of them like them doing like the droid or basically the space drones, as a video game. I thought that was good.
Funny.
The video game sounds like coming out of it. Yeah, it's good.
I liked that.
That was fun.
I will say I'm a little bummed Michael Rooker died, because I love Michael Rooker. And like I just want him to be in the next movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. I like his character.
I like that like the biggest movie in theaters right now, Michael Rooker has a very large part in it. You know what I mean? Like I like that.
Yeah, totally, dude. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a side little tangent. But a guy I work with. He does his own little indie movies sometimes, and before Michael Rooker he was like just a small time actor here in Orlando. Before he got on Walking Dead, he had a lead in this guy's like little film that he made.
Crazy.
And I've seen it, and it's just weird going back and seeing that. It's like that's Michael Rooker just in this.
Wait,
like,
how old was he?
Really low budget.
How long ago was this?
Not that long ago.
He's pretty established before then. Like, he wasn't, like, a huge actor, but, like, he's been around. I don't know. Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. And, like, he was in, like, Slither, and, that Slither was, like...
That's true.
Was, like, 10 years ago.
I think it was, like, around, like, 2006, 2007.
Yeah, because that's when. So it's like just pre-Slither, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because I don't think he would have gotten him otherwise.
Not that he was like
But
a
he was
big
clearly
time
just like a
hot
local
shot.
actor here in Orlando.
That's amazing. Hey, more power to him, man.
But he was someone. Yeah. Yeah. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, yeah. But I think he got really big when he got.
Oh,
Walking
yeah,
Dead,
totally.
of course. Yeah, that's when he like took off. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is so crazy.
But yeah, man, he's been in a lot of stuff though. I mean, granted, a lot of it's not, you know. He's in Cliffhanger. He's in Tombstone. Okay, his name in Tombstone is Sherman McMasters. Yeah, it's amazing. His name in Cliffhanger is Hal Tucker. It's another good one.
He's in Jumper?
Oh my god, he's in Jumper?
He's in Jumper. That's funny. Wow, he is actually in a lot. Wow.
Yeah, big time character actor. A lot of TV.
A lot of TV.
Yeah. The first thing I know him from,
Okay.
or the oldest thing, is Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. I guess that's his second thing. That's crazy. Have you ever seen that movie?
Which
Henry
movie?
Portrait of a Serial Killer?
No.
Scary.
I haven't.
I haven't seen it in a long time because I watched it and I went, well, never need to see that again. Like, it's like super fun. It's good though. I remember him being really good in it.
It looks good. It looks
Very
good.
observational murder scenes. It's just like scary. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, Rip Yondu.
Yep. It's a bummer. I would have
Sad. It is a bummer. He's a good character.
It's like I don't know, I was gonna say kill off this person, and I was like, I don't know who to kill off, but it does seem like
At the same
they
time,
killed
it's
like the least, you know. It's like, who can we afford to lose? I
Yeah.
guess Yondu. You know, like
Yeah, I guess Yondu.
it was good.
But it
though.
also
Like,
made sense for the plot
movie.
too, because like it had a good father plot device, you know, because his real dad was a dick and didn't really give a shit about him, and then the guy who raised him, you know, was kind of like a foster parent type plot going on there, and that
Yeah,
was
it's a good
touching,
message.
so.
Like that's a positive thing. It's just it's just
totally.
like Michael Rooker. Get him in more giant budget movies. You know.
For real.
I don't know what else
Yeah.
spoiler-ish there is.
Yeah. I'll say now that we're talking more without ruining it, and spoilers, but back to the music. The music wasn't as like, oh man, this song, you know,
Yeah.
like it was still good songs, still great tracks, but I would have liked a couple more little more popular ones, you know, in there, just to like, or like more just like hard hitting, like I can't believe this song's in there. I don't know. It's a very stupid minor quote.
No, but I agree.
But,
The song choices weren't as on point as they were in the first one.
They just weren't.
Because you could tell that they were
Exactly.
trying to find good
That's what I'm
ones.
trying to say.
Like the Fleetwood was good. Like the Mac in there.
Fleetwood's great, yeah. But then that was the one I was
They
talking about where
reuse it.
they used
And
it twice.
They reuse it in like
It's like, come
big
on.
moments twice. Because there's like, also this bridges into another
Yeah.
thing that we can get into after. But the slow motion walking towards the camera scene, it's kind of weird. It's like they do it the one time and not everyone's there.
Right.
So then they're like, well, we need to do it again because not everyone was there that time.
So it's just like three of them.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's a little weird.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's like, so they had to do it because
Well,
well,
Rocket
they're not
wasn't
together
in-
the whole movie.
He wasn't in the past slow-mo walking towards the camera, so he needs to walk towards the camera in slow motion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, and also love me some ELO, but Mr. Blue Sky I feel like is a much overused song.
Yeah. I liked Cat Stevens.
Honestly, that one worked on me. That one was good. It made sense for the movie.
That one was pretty effective.
All right, this is good.
Yep.
This is working.
That's a good one. That was.
I also feel like, and I could be 100% wrong about this, but I felt like in the first one, it was more diegetic. Like they were actually listening to the tape more to like justify the playing. Whereas in this one, I feel like that really only happened like one time.
Yeah.
When they're in the spaceship and it like shows the cassette playing and then it like moves through.
Right.
Or I guess twice, because
Right.
in the first scene, in the opening credits, they play the song.
Right.
But it did seem like the songs were coming more from the movie than like what's happening in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I just saw this looking at Avengers Infinity War. Yondu's in it.
Oh, really?
So did he not die?
God damn it. See, this is the fucking worst. It's like you kill a character.
I'm sorry if I ruined
it's
that.
okay. It's fine. I'm not upset about the... this is the worst spoiler alert. It's just like, no one can kill a character anymore. You know? They gotta come back.
I know.
It's like, no, just fucking kill him. If you're gonna kill him, just kill him. You know?
I know. Just kill him. It's fine. Like, it worked. Like, yeah, it was sad, but it's okay to be sad. It's okay for it to be sad.
You know what the solution is? I didn't get enough Michael Rooker. Pop in the movie again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I can always watch those two movies again. It's like, oh my god, I'm so sad this character got killed from this show. It's like, okay, we'll watch those old episodes. You know what I mean? Like, they're still there. They're not, you know? I just like, it drives me bananas when
I know.
all this like killing of characters and bringing them back, and like that was one thing that like Game of Thrones bugs me when they do that, and like luckily it seems like they're not doing that as much. But if you're gonna kill a character, they're dead. Just kill them, you know?
Yeah, just kill them.
Because I hate a character dying and then just me going, they're not dead. You know, like, they'll be back. It's like, so what's even the point of doing it? I don't know.
I know.
But that being said,
IMDb.
Yeah.
That being said, IMDb. I know we already talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but look up Avengers: Infinity War on IMDb and just look at the cast.
yeah, this is gonna be crazy.
Just the actor names alone is like insane.
How long is this trailer gonna be? Oh yeah, Doctor Strange. We forgot about Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Forgot about Doctor Strange. Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow, I like
Nick
how
Fury.
Mantis is the first one credited.
Also. It's just by popularity right now.
Yeah.
So you got Mantis, Nebula, Gamora, Drax, Peter Quill, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, Yondu, Groot,
Good old
Captain
Carol
Marvel,
Danvers.
Rocket Raccoon, Captain America. Yeah, Carol Danvers. That's her name. Valkyrie from Thor, Iron Man, Doctor Stephen Strange, Scarlet Witch, Thor, Maria Hill, who's in all the Avengers movies, Nick Fury, Peter Parker, Bucky Barnes, Thanos, because he's going to be the main villain, Josh Brolin. Also the father of Nebula and Gamora. Kind of a tie-in there. Hawkeye, Ant-Man, Benicio del Toro as the Collector. Rumored
Pete
Peter
Dinklage up
Dinklage.
in this thing? Damn.
Yeah. Vision, the Hulk, Wong.
Who's Wong?
Black Panther. I don't know.
It's just Benedict Wong playing himself.
Oh, no. Benedict Wong is Wong from Doctor Strange.
Oh, I'm still a little hazy on Doctor Strange.
He's a side character. He's a side character. Black Panther, Falcon, and Groot again. That's the body of him. So, dude, like, what? It's
Man,
crazy.
Anthony Mackie's second to last. What a bummer. Love Anthony.
Anthony Mackie.
Dude, you know what I'm just dying to know? When is the Maria Hill standalone film? Colby Smulders deserves her own segment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think it's bullshit that she hasn't gotten it. Where's the Colby Smulders vehicle? Everyone's clamoring to see Maria Hill, the film.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., come on. Colby Smulders gotta have her lead.
And then they can make Colby Smulders too. Because the actress's name, I'm toasted.
It's just the actress's name. Colby Smulders in Colby Smulders
Maria
2.
Hill, Maria Hill. That's the movie.
Maria Hill. She's back.
She's back. The person you've been avidly writing us to see a standalone film about.
Colby Smulders 2.
Fucking idiot. I'm an idiot.
Anyway. But back to Guardians. Last thoughts. Let's wrap it up.
Thought it was a lot of fun. Thought it was a little fan servicey. Like, down to, like, there's that bit in the opening where he's dancing and Drax looks and he stops and it's like the callback to the thing in the first one. It's like a little much, you know.
Right.
Thought it was a little much in that regard, but can't knock it too much. It knows what it's trying to do. It's having fun. Like, I feel like I always complain about these movies taking themselves too seriously and not being fun. So the fact that one of them is doing it is like a good thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. A lot of fun, very funny, great action. It looks great. If you are a fan of the first movie, you'll like this movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think it was as good as the first one. Probably because of all the expectations. It's trying to live up to being that, and you can kind of tell.
It's a little transparent.
It's a little transparent, but again, it's very entertaining. I can't wait to purchase it and rewatch it again.
What you giving it?
3.5.
I think I'm giving it a 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. I would rate the first one a 4. I'd give this one a 3.5.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I stand.
I'd agree.
So
it's it is refreshing to just see something that's like, it's just like that goofy on that scale. And, that isn't like, I guess the fate of the galaxy is on the line in the movie, but it's not so like heavy about it. Like, we gotta save the world.
Well, I don't even think it's even the galaxy's in danger. You know, it's just like them and they're fighting this planet.
He's gonna take? Isn't the whole thing that Ego like planted all the things on all the planets?
Oh, sorry. That's true. He was going to make all the planets that he planted them on into himself. Yeah, you're right. So I guess it was galaxy-wide. See, I didn't even know because I didn't even feel it.
That's the thing.
But,
it deals in the small scale in the sense that, like, there's big stakes for everyone, but they just hone in on the characters. So it feels like there's just big stakes for the characters when really they're saving everyone. And, like, they even reference it in dialogue, but it still just feels like you want them to escape because that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like, they just do a good job of building the characters and making you like them.
Definitely. And they do a great job of developing them throughout the movie. You feel like the characters grow at the end of the movie. You feel like they've grown, and it just, but at the same time, it has that mixture of action, humor, and heart. And it has a great mixture of those, and that makes for a very entertaining piece of film, and that's why it's going to make buttloads of money. And hey, if that promotes more films like that, I'm for it.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's going to conclude our episode on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Thank you, listeners, for giving us a shot and listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. And Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. You can also download all of our episodes from there. Every bit counts. We'd really appreciate it. You can follow us on Twitter at LTURAM Podcast, and you can always email us at listentousrant@movies@gmail.com. You can also like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. So thanks again. We are Listen to Us Rant About Movies. Zach, good talk. We should be back for Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah, baby.
Very excited for that one. Oh yeah, we're gonna review that.
Hope it doesn't suck. Hope it's good.
Please don't suck. Please.